Okay, well, I knocked off one of my wing skids. But we're going to go ahead and put another flight on it anyway. It is just really rough out here. I may have to use a different attachment method to keep those on there. Okay, so this is going to be my fourth flight since the crash, and the crash happened on my fifth flight. So I am hoping that I get more than 5 flights on this before I have another component failure. I'm waiting for the balloon crew to come through before launch. There they go. Okay, so now I think we can launch it. I got some wind coming right across the road. All right, launching. Oh, that takes off nice and sweet. I've been messing with the balance, trying to get the balance a little bit better. I've got a nickel weight on the tail. It was a little nose heavier than I thought it was, but right now it seems to have a pretty good balance to it. Let's see how fast it is. Not bad, not bad for a little 2S LiPo. This speeds up pretty nicely. I'm just initiating those turns with rudder. Just rudder there. Try to keep it out of the sun here. Okay. That looks pretty good. Yeah, so I'm happy with my roll rate left and right. Now I'm just working on getting the balance a little bit better. I did some glide tests and it was significantly nose heavier than I thought. I guess with the gliders, maybe, you know, when you're moving through the air, you don't realize it as much as a traditional plane. But let's go ahead and climb up a little ways, cut the throttle, and see what it does. It's had a pretty steep dive to it. Okay, now. Okay, see it nose down there. It's picking up speed. It's flattening out. All right, that's a lot better. Bring it back through here. That's a lot better than it was. It still seems slightly nose heavy to me. I'll see if I can counteract that with a little more trim, maybe. Elevator trim, I don't know. I do have a much lighter battery. That is so awesome. I do have a much lighter battery that I can put in it. It's a 500 milliamp hour. It's about, well, not a lot lighter. It's about 2.6, 2.7 grams lighter, but you know, that helps, you know, since it's there in the nose. But it handles really, really well, and you know, this is full manual mode now. It just has a standard 6-channel receiver in it, so I don't even have wind mitigation on it now, and it seems to hold its line really, really well. So I think I've got it trimmed out pretty well. Plenty of power. Yeah, I don't really at this point, you know, it feels like the balance is pretty good on it right now. I'm satisfied with the balance on it with that tail weight. That's 5 grams of tail weight, guys. So it was definitely nose heavier, much more nose heavy than I thought that it was. Keep forgetting where that big ball of fire is. But to the left, that's a pretty good roll rate. Come back through here away from that ball of fire and do a roll to the right. You tell me what you think. If it looks like they're pretty symmetrical now. Okay, let's go. What do you think? I think that looks pretty darn symmetrical now. My goal is always to have a 360-degree roll in 1 second. So you say 1001, and it should be completely rotated. 1001. So that's my comfort zone. That's the speed at which I like to have my roll rate at full stick deflection. 1001. I don't like them to be too slow. I don't like them to be too fast. And a 1 second roll rate I think is good. It does Immelman's well. The only thing it doesn't do well, and if I ever decide to put differential thrust on it, of course, then it will be able to do stall turns really well. But these twin motor gliders, the Eachine Flying Fish is the same way. They just don't do really good hammerheads, stall turns. So anyway, let me back up here off of this lane because I've got to bring it over here and land it on this little dirt lane that I'm parked off of because they really rutted out this road. We've gotten a lot of rain and all the four-wheel drives have been coming through here. There we go. You know, for a RC converted twin motor chuck glider, I'm ecstatic with it, man. I'm just having a blast. As you can see, it's extremely maneuverable. It's very aerobatic. It's pretty quick for just having a 2S LiPo in it. It's not like a high performance sport glider, and I don't know if it's quite as fast as the Eachine Flying Fish since it's running a 3S LiPo in it. I would put a 3S LiPo in this one if it wasn't for having that additional weight on the nose, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna stick with the 2S power on it. It does have unlimited vertical with just a 2S LiPo in it, and I'll show you real quick where the LiPo is positioned in it. I think I might run that. Hopefully you guys could see that. So it's a pretty snug fit with the GNB 550 milliamp hour 80C LiPo. That LiPo weighs 34.2 grams. And I've got it pushed back as far as I can push it back. So all in all, not too bad for a completed project. And I'm pretty darn happy with the way it's handling and its roll rate. So I will go ahead and put together a setup file and an OpenTX model file to publish on our Facebook page. So if you're interested in doing, I know some of you have purchased this glider. I purchased 2 of them. I kind of wish I had purchased 3. So my guess is after the first of the year, I might go ahead and pull the trigger on a couple more of them because they're just dirt cheap and they make fantastic, sport gliders like this. So I'll have links to everything in the show notes, the motors, the props, the batteries, 4-gram, Emax 4-gram servos. That's what I'm going to be putting in the next one. They're digital 4-gram servos. I really like Emax servos. I've never had a problem with them. So anyway, I've got 4 flights on it now without any component failures. I'm going to see if I can put a few more flights on it today and see if I can get more than 5 flights on it before I have the next component failure. So always comes in waves. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.